I'm going to walk you through the Saxon Homeschool Edition middle school section today. This is for grades 4th through 7th. It is written by Stephen Hake and John Saxon. Now this is not Common Core aligned in any way. We have mostly 3rd edition, the 7.6 is the 4th edition, but these copyright dates were written before any Common Core dates came about. This middle school program transitions students from using manipulatives and worksheets to a textbook style approach of learning. The middle school curriculum comes in kits, and in these kits you will find the textbook, the solution manual, and the test and worksheets books. It comes in 5.4, 6.5, 7.6, and 8.7. Well, why the two numbers, you ask? Well, for example, 5.4 is a typical 4th grade book, so you'll want to look at the last number, or it can be used for a 5th grader that is struggling with certain math concepts. That's why it is so important to do a placement test when you're coming into this program to ensure your student is placed in the proper grade level. You can find these placement tests on our website, rainbowresource.com. Go to the search bar, type in math placement test, and a placement test for Saxon will come up for primary grades, middle school, and high school. Let's go ahead and walk you through each component of these kits. First, you'll have the textbook, which will include all of the instruction for the student and also has all the problems to be worked out. However, this is non-consumable, so the students will have to work their problems on another sheet of paper. So the typical day for the middle school math program, you start with the warm-up section, which begins with a facts practice time test that you'll find in the test and worksheets book. This is just a time test over basic arithmetic problems. Then you'll go into a few mental math problems and finally a problem-solving activity. This warm-up section is great to improve speed, accuracy, and just the ability to think in your head. And it usually will take about 5 to 15 minutes a day. Next, we'll go into teaching the new concept, and there will be examples using that new concept, and this will generally take about 5 to 15 minutes a day. After the new concept, there will be a lesson practice section, which will be a few problems just pertaining to the new concept taught that day. This will generally take between 5 and 10 minutes a day. After that, you'll see some mixed practice problems, which will be about 30 problems a day and take about 20 to 40 minutes usually. The nice thing about this mixed practice section is there's a reference number by each problem to reference back to when the new concept was first learned. So this comes in really handy when the student gets stuck on a problem and they can go back and relearn the lesson. I do want to mention after every 10 lessons, you'll see an investigation in the textbook. And this is basically just an in-depth examination of certain topics for a deeper understanding. They will also bring in some activity pages or worksheets from the test and worksheets book that will help solidify those concepts taught. Now moving on to the test and worksheets book. This will have all of your facts practice time tests that I spoke about in the warm-up section. It will also include all of the activity sheets or worksheets that are included with the investigations, and it will have all the tests with the test schedule listed in it. In the very back, you'll find recording forms, which is really great for students to work out their problems. It will have a space for you to do your mental math problems on and lesson practice problems, and graph line paper for the mixed practice and test solutions. Okay, and then finally we have the solution manual, which includes step-by-step solutions and works out every single answer to every problem for every lesson practice, mixed practice, and test. It's really handy for the student and the teacher alike to reference back to if they get stuck on a problem. Let me just talk a few moments about the 8.7 course. This does include some pre-algebra in it, and basically the last 40 lessons have pre-algebra. If your student is doing particularly well in these last 40 lessons and is not taking any shortcuts but is finishing all the problems and doing very well on the tests, scoring 85% or above, then they can bypass Algebra Half and go right into Algebra 1. However, if you feel like your student needs that extra pre-algebra course, by all means do the Algebra Half. While this is a lot of the same material, it's not like they're repeating the same course. This will ensure the students have a really great understanding of those pre-algebra concepts and give them more confidence before going into any Algebra 1 math book.